Hello students. First of all, I would like to thank Aniket Singh to provide me this question here. In this question, it is given that there are two identical elliptical bodies and this gray one is the fixed one, and this pink one, this pink elliptical body is moving on the surface of this gray elliptical body, and the motion is pure rolling motion. That means there are no relative motion between the point of contacts, right? So in this situation, you have to determine the locus of the center of this pink ellipse here, right? And the equation of this gray ellipse is given, right? So the semi major axis and semi minor axis is 2 and 1 respectively for this ellipse and for both of the ellipse because they are identical, right? So what happens here when the rolling motion occurs, right? So while rolling, we know that the point of contacts have no relative velocity, and since this gray one is fixed, that means the point of contact on the surface of this pink ellipse must be with the zero velocity. Also, we can say one thing, that the distance traveled on this surface of this gray one. Let's say I'm talking about a very small time interval, and in that time interval, let's say the point of contact has reached from this position to this position, right? So we can say that in that particular time, the contact point will be completely symmetrical contact points on the pink ellipse as well, right? So this will be somewhere here, right? You can just visualize it using the common rolling motion of the circular bodies. Let's say we have a cylinder made of rolled carpet, right? And we are unrolling this carpet. Let's say this is the carpet, and by just rolling it, and we have kept this carpet cylinder on a surface, horizontal surface, and if I push this cylinder towards the right such that it starts unrolling, what is going to happen after some time? Let's say the cylinder has reached to this position, right? And between that time interval, the length of the carpet that was unrolled will be equal to length of this horizontal part, right? So these two will have same length. Similar will be condition here also, right? So one thing we can say from this analogy, that if I say the contact point at any particular instant is this point here, and that point is making some angle theta with the horizontal, I can say this point will be contacting the exact symmetrical point on this right ellipse here, right? So the right ellipse, the contact point of this point, let's say this is point 1 and this is point 2. These 2 points have to be in contact, and these 2 points will be symmetrical, right? So this 2 point will be making the same angle with the minus x axis. So this distance is also, let's say, r, and this distance will also be equal to r, right? So let's take this general position, these 1 and 2 points when they are touching each other, and for that let's rotate this right ellipse suitably, right? So this is the kind of diagram we are getting here from this situation here, right? So this is the point of contact, and if I join this point of contact to the centers of both the ellipse, these lengths will be equal. So let me call this length as r, this length as r. These two angles will be equal, and if I drop a tangent at this point of contact, so let's say this is the tangent I am talking about. So this tangent will eventually cut the point of intersection of these two axes of the ellipses, right? So this is the axis of ellipse, semi major axis, and this is the semi major axis of the first fixed ellipse, that is the x axis here, right? And these two will cross this point, and we can prove that this tangent or this point here, this tangential line will also cross from the same point, and also this will divide, this will be angle bisector of these two principal axes, right? Because once you rotate your phones and you see in this direction, you can see here that this line and this line are symmetrical. So of course this point of contact will cross this point here, right? Also you can use the arguments of congruent triangle, because this triangle and this triangle will be congruent. One side is common, right? So these two angles are equal. So similarly these two angles will also be equal, right? So from the use of symmetry we have determined this position. Now what? So now we should write the equation of tangent at any particular instant. Let's say this point here, the point of contact, I have taken the coordinates of this point of contact in parameter form. So this x1 and y1 at the point of contact is nothing but 2 cos alpha into and sin alpha, right? The equation of tangent for ellipse is x1 by a square plus y1 by b square equal to 1. If I just put the value, substitute the value of x1 and x2 from here, I will get this equation here, right? And if I want to determine the value of this length, right? So basically this blue line, the line of tangent, is cutting this point here when the y coordinate is equal to 0. So if I put the value of y equal to 0, I will get the length of this part here, and this part will have, let's say, length equal to h. So we will determine the value of h as 2 by cos alpha or 2 sec alpha. And also from this line, if I want to determine the slope of this line, right? So this line is making angle pi minus, so this half angle is beta, this half angle is also beta. So this angle will be pi minus beta. So it is making angle pi minus beta with the positive x axis, and from this straight line we are getting the slope as, if I write this as y equal to mx plus c, so the slope is coming out to be minus of cot alpha by 2, right? And the slope here from here will be equal to tan of pi minus beta, that will become minus tan beta. So minus tan beta will become minus cot alpha by 2. These two minuses we have cancelled out. From here we also get this relation tan beta equal to cot alpha by 2, where alpha is the parameter angle, right? So now what? Now we have to write the equation of this center point here. This is my coordinate. Let's say this center point has coordinate x comma y. How can I write the equation of x and y in terms of the known parameters? Let's say I want to write x and y in terms of h and angle beta. This is very easy to do. Here just using the symmetry we can say if this length is equal to h, this length will also be equal to h, right? And if I drop a perpendicular from this x comma y point on the x axis, right? So this distance is nothing but the x coordinate here, and this x value can be written as h, this whole length h, minus this length, that is the base of this right angle triangle, that will come out to be h cos 2 beta, right? So this will be h cos 2 beta. And also the y coordinate part will be equal to this height, and this height is nothing but in this right angle this is going to be h sin 2 beta, right? So we will write the value of x and y from here, and we will use some trigo to simplify this. So let us say this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2, and I was given this quantity tan beta equal to cot alpha by 2. If I divide equation 1 and 2, if I divide these two equations, I will get x by y equal to tan beta, and we also know from here that tan beta will be equal to cot alpha by 2, right? So now in terms of beta and alpha we have determined the ratios in terms of x and y. What I should do now is write the make the triangles for alpha and beta, so that I can determine any sine, cosine, sec, cosec, any value for these alpha and beta, right? So for these angles alpha and beta, this is the small triangle that we have made, right angle triangle. So from these right angle triangle I can determine any value of sine, cos, cot, etc. So I will just substitute the values from these two triangles in any of the value, let us say x, right? So x is equal to 2 sec alpha into 2 sin square beta. If I start substituting the values of sec alpha and sin square beta from these two triangles, what will I get? I will get something like this, x equal to this. So, this is nothing but sec alpha from the equation here, sec alpha, and the second part here, that is 2 into sine square beta. So, 2 is here, and sine square beta, if you can see from here, sine square beta will be height square by hypotenuse square, this much, right. And if I just simplify it, I am getting this value as the equation of this center point, right. So, this is a fourth degree equation, closed loop of course, because everywhere x square y square term is coming. So, this is going to be a closed loop, and if I want to check the boundary conditions that we know of, initially you can see that the center point was at this distance. That means the x coordinate of the center point initially was equal to this much, 2 times the semi major axis, that is equal to 4, and at that particular point the y coordinate was 0. So, if I put the value of y equal to 0 in this equation, I will get the value of x as 4. So, this is satisfying. Also you can satisfy one another condition that is very easy to check. When this right ellipse rolls on and just goes over the top of this gray ellipse here in this position, right. So, in this position the center of this pink ellipse will have 0 x coordinate, and when the x is equal to 0, the y value will be equal to twice of the semi major axis, that is equal to 2, and if you just substitute the value of x equal to 0, you will get the value of y equal to 2 from this equation. So, this is perfectly satisfying these two conditions, and this will satisfy all other conditions also.